Riding horses in hot temperatures is often unavoidable, especially in southern states like Oklahoma. It's our job to make sure that we don't overdo it and subject horses to heat stress. When exercising horses in the heat, it's important to consider both temperature and humidity. If those combined values are over 150 degrees, we need to assist them in cooling. Flared nostrils and flanks heaving indicate the horse is breathing hard, often due to the increased heat load. Allow the horse to rest and watch carefully for a reduction in breathing rate and intensity. Horses primarily cool themselves through sweat. Normal sweating patterns include along the neck, flanks, and between the hind legs. Keep a rectal thermometer with you and train your horse to accept it. Body temperature can increase with exercise to between 104 and 106 degrees. However, horses with these temperatures need to be cooled carefully. Check your horse's heart rate, either with a stethoscope or manually. Check their hydration status by checking capillary refill time. When pressed, the gum should flush back pink within 1 to 2 seconds. You can also check using a skin pinch test. Pull back the skin on the neck or the shoulder. It should snap back immediately. To aid your horse in cooling, remove all tack and equipment. Use a sweat scraper to remove excess sweat. This will aid in cooling. Cool running water can greatly aid in cooling. Apply the water primarily along major blood vessels like the neck, chest, and inside of legs. Blood will cool as it passes through these areas and then return to the trunk of the body to help dissipate the heat load. Continual application of cool running water will prevent the warming of the water on the horse's skin. Otherwise, use a scraper to remove the warmed water and increase the rate of evaporative cooling. When riding, you may not always have access to running water. A squirt bottle can be used to apply water to cool the horse along the major blood vessels along the neck and the chest. If you do not have access to running water, use a sponge to help cool the horse, again along the major blood vessels along the neck and chest. Alcohol can also be added to the water to increase in evaporation and thus cooling. Offer your horse water in the cool down period. It is a myth to not allow horses access to water. Don't forget that both the horse and the human need water. Walking your horse while cooling them down encourages blood flow to the muscles and skin, both of which are good for recovery. If you simply tie up your horse after hosing or sponging them off, their heart rate may drop too quickly. An elevated heart rate actually helps to clear metabolites of exercise out of the muscle and bring blood to the surface vessels, again to help in cooling. How do you know when to return your horse to the stall or pasture? The respiration rate should be back to normal. You should not see any nostrils flaring, and you should see the areas of sweating or where you've hosed the horse off have begun to dry. Don't forget to allow your horse a source of salt. Sweating depletes electrolytes, which must be replenished. Remember, riding horses in the heat may be a necessary part of summer in Oklahoma, but be sure horses always have access to water, as well as you, and try to avoid excess work in hot temperatures.